Okay.
Guys, good to have you on board today. I wanted to start today just to make sure that we are on the same page and make this easier for everyone. If you have any questions during this call, you'll see my screen right now. There's a section called chat that's available. You'll see that Steve Box just typed in the word hi there. If you have any questions during this process, simply because there will probably be a lot of background noise, what I suggest you do is just go ahead and throw your question in there. And Brian, can you keep an eye on that, or perhaps Steve? And then that way we can just go ahead and have uniform questions we could just grab from the chat box rather than having people chime in, because it may be a little bit disruptive that way. So if you can keep your phones on mute, that would be great. What we're going to cover today, thanks so much. What we're going to cover today, we're going to cover, first of all, the product itself, and then we're going to talk a little bit about some of the opportunities that you have regarding the content, the materials that you will have for support. And then we'll talk about the pricing and actually selling. But I'm going to start off by talking about the property sign up and the property engagement. So what you need to know is, if you are currently on a project, you may be there. I'm not sure if we've got the contracts already signed and sealed, but I know that everything starting as of next month, we've already submitted a whole bunch of contacts with the properties, and properties have gotten back to us and said, yes, they're wanting the property, they want the product. And so what we're doing is we do an initial phone call, then we do a follow-up, then we get a contract coming through email. If the contract is not received before you get to the actual project, what I would ask that you do at that point is just reach out to me direct and say, hey, Mark, I haven't gotten it. And then the property will just sign it. We'll just send them an actual email and say, you're there. We just need to get the contract signed. The property will then make a decision as to how they're going to promote the actual product itself. They've got a variety of ways in which to do that. If they are a private company, they have a lot more freedom. If they are a choice property, they will have two options. Those options will be the front desk with an info card and a Wi-Fi card. And two will be a tent card. We've gotten that approved by choice and got an email to confirm that. When it comes to a private property, an independent company, they have a little bit more freedom, and we do have up to 9 ways in which they can actually promote the product. So without further ado, I want to make sure that everyone has the following. I was going to be doing a mirror presentation today. It didn't seem to work earlier. I was on, but you guys couldn't hear me, so I had to drop off. But what I would like to make sure of, and in the future we will do a mirror. What the mirror will be is you'll see me actually working on the app. You'll see it in real time. But what I want to make sure of today is, if you do not have the app downloaded on your phone, that you make sure that if you are an iOS or an Apple user, make sure you go ahead and go to the App Store today, download it by typing in StayCompass, as you see on the screen. And if you are actually, if you already have it on your phone, that's great. But here's the key: do you have it on your phone and it's current as of about 2-3 weeks ago? I think maybe that's when it's been updated. I just had today literally delete the old one and install the new one, because if you have an old one on there, it will look different. Brian, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, good. What I'm going to ask you to do, because there's some features that are a little bit different, that if a person is on this call, guys, again, how long ago, Brian, was that the updates made? Like I said the other day when we looked at it, my phone looked different than the new systems. How long ago was it updated? Just want to make sure people get the current information.
We did that about the 3rd week of February when it was finally approved. Okay. And we continue to always make minor changes, but most of those come out and just overlay what you have. This was a complete rewrite of the code, so it forced a new install. Now, most of you, if you had the old version on, you have probably a new version that's just waiting out there at the App Store or in Google Play. So that would be about it. What it is, it's a lot faster with the new coding. There's some very minor changes on the user side that you'll notice. Most of them are just aesthetic. But what it is the reason for the coding was that we were actually losing our ability on the old code to pass changes along that would overlay what you currently have. And this new one is in native code, which makes a huge difference in the speed. So it's native to iOS and native to Android, whereas the old one was a hybrid code that kind of ran on both of them at the same time.